Now, there's a horrible word floating around when used to describe somebody's physical features, and that word is the G word, and the G word I'm talking about is gyno. Gynomastia, gynecomastia, however the hell you say it, I don't care. We know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. We're talking about the bitches titus. That's what we're talking about. The teats over here. Let's break this down. Why is it that most guys have it? Well, first of all, is it got anything to do with steroids? No. Hear me out. When you're born, or when we're all born, I believe this to be true. I don't know where I heard this. I must have read this on National Geographic or something. I don't know where it was, some biology channel. But I think, maybe someone can help me. I might be right, I might not. I have Google over here, but I can't be asked to read it. But I'm going to tell you exactly what I heard. We are all supposed to, at one point, be born female. And then we develop with male genitalia, which is why we have nipples that are inactive. They don't do anything. We don't need them. So as we're coming through, we're born a man, but we still have these things here. Now, underneath there, you have some sort of a mammary gland. Now, it's inactive, it's out of use, we don't need it, we're never having kids, we don't go through puberty like females do, we don't have a period, and they don't grow into big busts. But here's the thing, what I've seen from a lot of people. Well, first of all, let me just talk about them being inactive. They can be active if they grow and you actually have gyno, you can lactate. I have seen male nipples, guys, not on YouTube, bro, face to face. I've seen a guy squirt his tits and milk, literally milk squirts out. I've seen it face to face, and I would never have believed it, but it's true, it happens. And that is when you have really high prolactin. But let's backtrack a little bit. In fact, I'll tell you a little story on how I know this is to be true. This is my own conducted research. Remember, guys, I don't do Google research, I do my own research. Okay, recently and for many years, since my daughter's been born, I attend a lot, a hell of a lot, more than I would like to, trust me, water parks. When we go to any holiday resort, we're in the pool. She loves the pool. I'm sure every single kid out there loves pools. Any parents out there, you understand what I'm talking about. Kids love pools. They do not like getting out of pools. It can be freezing cold. My daughter will want to be inside a pool somewhere. But the point is, when you attend a lot of these water parks, you see a lot of other children. And bless them, I do feel sorry for these guys because they don't know what's to come, especially the men. I don't care about the girls are the girls. If there's a fat female, then that's on her, bro. But the guys, when it comes to men, young men, I know they're not men yet, they're still little kids, they're little boys, but I notice when you go around the water park, there's a lot of fat kids, a hell of a lot of fat kids, no matter where you go in the world. And remember, if you're in a resort in, let's say, Turkey, for example, or Thailand, it's not just Turkish kids or Thai kids. You're going to see kids from all over the world. And this doesn't affect any particular race either. This isn't just English people or black people or Chinese people or Asian people. I have seen this. This does not discriminate, bro. Gyno does not discriminate. You can be any gender and it will get you. So I see these kids running around, especially these young fat kids, and they all have tits. Every single young fat child out there has tits. I'm talking about males here, by the way. They have tits. And it's criminal to see. It's a criminal offense on their parents. They should be prosecuted for this because what they're doing is physical abuse to the kids. Now, no skinny child, no skinny kids or no skinny adult, if they've never ever been fat or overweight, has gyno. Why is that? So surely there's a link there. I'm not going to get into the science of it. I don't give a shit about the science. You know what science is for me? This right here. I can see. I am not stupid. I am not blind. I have a brain up here and I do the maths myself. If you go around life and you see a skinny guy or now an in-shape guy and he has gyno, ask him, say, bro, were you ever fat? And he's going to be like, yo, as a kid, I was fat as hell. 99% of the times that is the case. And when I see young kids out there on these water parks and these all-inclusive resorts eating shit, crappy foods, or they're in the pool, and every time they're in the pool, they're eating an ice cream or they're eating a croissant or doing some sort of garbage whilst they're in the pool, one, it annoys the hell out of me. But secondly, I see them and I think, bro, I feel sorry for you, man, because you're 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old fat kids, teenagers with tits. No steroids, no gym, no steroids. They develop gyno. That's the type of people, that's how you develop gyno if you are overweight and you are a young adult or a young child. And later on in life, no matter what you do, it's going to come now. Let's talk about the steroid guys. So you've never ever had gyno, and you can be a skinny guy now. You can be completely skinny guy. You can take steroids. And if you mess up your hormones, you imbalance your hormones by taking something like a Deca, which increases prolactin, and you don't take something like an anti-estrogen, like Mastron, like Primo, like Proviron, you will upset your imbalance and you will create yourself a nice set of double Ds. That's what will happen. I've seen it many, many times. But let me tell you a personal story. When I first did a few courses, no gyno, no nothing, perfectly fine. Everyone's like, you want to get big, you gotta do the super stack. And the super stack back in the days was Sus and Deca. So I'm like, okay, let's try the Sus and Deca. Took Sus, took Deca. Within 2 weeks, started getting itchy nips. Started developing like these little lumps under my tits. Straight away, went to the local doctor, i.e. the steroid dealer, and said to him, bro, I've got gyno. He was like, okay, bro, take some tamoxifen. Was it tamoxifen? Yeah, Nolvadex, sorry. Take some Nolvadex. I think, yeah, Nolvadex, tamoxifen, yeah. It's the same thing. I've lost my marbles there for a second. Right, it's the same thing. Okay. 20 milligram a day, it'll go down. Took it 20 milligram a day, it went down. I came off the Sus and I came off the Deca. After coming off those two substances, I've never ever touched Deca again, never ever touched Sus again, and guess what? Never ever had gyno. Reason why it went down and went away was because it wasn't fully developed. If that had hardened and fully developed into a mammary gland, then I took the anti-estrogens, it wouldn't have ever gone. Once it's solid, once it's developed into a hard muscle or a hard, yeah, well, it's a muscle, isn't it? A hard gland, it's never ever gonna go. The only way then to get rid of it is through surgery. I don't care who you are, I don't care what Google says, and I don't care what anybody says. If you have hardened, matured gyno, you are not going to be able to get that reduced or taken down by taking letrozole, by taking anastrozole, by taking tamoxifen, by taking Clomid. None of that is going to work. Now, if you are fat and you start thinking, oh, this is going down because I'm losing weight, well, it wasn't the gyno. There was just other fat around your breast that is now slowly disappearing. You're actually burning the fat. And that is why you think your gyno is going down when technically it's not actually gyno. Gyno is a different thing entirely. It's completely different. Even just Google, right? Just Google this. Google gyno removal and you will see what gyno is. It's like this gristly kind of mammary gland that sits behind your nipple, and they cut the nipple out, they take it out. And also, in case people want the surgery, I know people that have gone to Poland to have the surgery successfully, and I know a few people in Thailand that have had the surgery successfully. Don't quote me on the prices, but those two places are very common on this surgery. So I would go somewhere that the surgery is common. I wouldn't go to a specialist and say, oh, this guy, just talks about gyno. And I say, well, how many have you removed? Oh, we do like once a week. I don't want to know, bro. You're doing 5 a day, you're doing 5 gyno surgeries a day. I'm your man. Get me the 6th, okay? That's how I would do surgery if I wanted to do surgery. I would never do it. I've never needed it. But if I had gyno, 100% I would line up for that gyno surgery because it is criminal to be walking around with gyno. You know, a lot of guys, it affects their self-esteem and stuff like that. Some people want hair. I ain't bothered about hair. But gyno, if I had gyno, 100% I would go for the surgery. Wrinkles, I welcome it. Hair, I welcome it. Like, hair wear, like my arms and stuff like that. I don't give a shit, bro. I'm not going to get laser treatment and stuff like that. I couldn't give a shit about stuff like that. I'm either going to get hair implants in my head because I want a long lock of hair. No, I never want that. But if it comes to gyno, I would definitely get that surgery. I'd recommend people, if it's an issue and it's bugging you, the first things first, get yourself down to 10% body fat or less, then go for the surgery, because then the surgeon will be able to take out every single gland tissue in there so that it never returns. I have known guys who've been a little bit fat who've managed to go for the surgery, they've taken it out, they didn't take it out fully because the guy was a little bit fat anyway, and if they take it out fully, then you get like an indentation. So make sure you're lean. The guy didn't get it out fully, came back, lost weight, took loads of gear again, boom, it flared up. So these things need to be cut out right to the core, but make sure you're lean. So for that reason, guys, I just thought I'd leave you with one thing. Do not ever take Sus and Deca together. Don't even come with the science on this, bro. This is good enough science. I'll tell you what science is. These things over here, bro. Don't touch it. It's going to mess with your prolactin. It's going to mess with your estrogen. You are definitely going to get a new set of titties if you start mixing those two compounds together. Look after your health. Diet is also a big thing. You need to keep your blood sugar. You need to keep your carbohydrates low as possible. If you have even a slight bit of gyno, get on a keto diet. Figure out what it is. Take some anti-estrogens. Get it removed. Get it taken out. Do something about it. Don't let it just sit there. And it's a very unfortunate thing when I see guys that have gyno. It's horrible looking. It's not nice. It's never going to be pleasing. So that's it, guys. I am dead against surgery. Like I've said before, dead against it. But for guys out there, if there's an issue and it's not your fault, and often it can be your parents' fault as well. It can be you just grew up a bit of a fat kid. These things happen, bro. Get it removed. But make sure you go to a good surgeon. Don't go to a backstreet doctor. Don't try and do it yourself. So hopefully this gave you some value. Comment down below. Like and please subscribe.